Hi, it's Paul from HobbyLink International. Don't forget, subscribe button's down there somewhere, and there's a bell somewhere as well, so you can get notified of all the future videos from myself and Kenny. Today I'm just going to have a quick flick through the pages of a new book from Luftfahrtverlag. This one's all about the U-552, basically a complete history. Okay, so just going to flick through the pages of this new book from Luftfahrtverlag. This is all about U-552, basically the Red Devil boat, the emblem on the front there. And basically it's its operational history, words and images from the very beginning to the very end. In, basically as it says, words and images. Picture on the back. So basically it's pretty big book, as you'll see. It's got 350 pages in total. So I'll just give you all the text is in German and English. English is perfect translations. So this is basically the outline of the book. Commander, commissioning. Most of this book is where Captain Topp was the captain of the ship, and then towards the end he was taken over by Captain Lieutenant Pop. So just to confuse things, it's sort of, and this is where most of the detail of the book is in Topp's, when Topp was the captain. And there's not quite as much detail on the different war cruises afterwards, but also not so many. And then the end of U-552 at the end of the war, and a bit sort of saying what Erich Topp's life basically after the war was, and what he did after U-552. He briefly commanded another submarine, but essentially only in time to end the war. So what it goes through, I'm not going to go through all these pages, we'll be here all day. There's Erich Topp. Commander in the Red Devil, commissioning, working up. It's basically the start of everything. And then there's lots of unique photographs in this all the way through. I'm going to find the start of the first war cruise. There you go. So basically they all sort of start off with such and such war cruise, and it goes through in actually quite a lot of detail about what went on. Basically they've been able to use Kriegsmarine records, and Erich Topp wrote a book after the war, so they've been able to sort of put together a lot more detail than you'd normally be able to do for a typical U-boat. So there's a lot of detail in this, and it goes through what was it, the first you see the first 10 war cruises are in the higher detail, and that takes us through to page, what was it, about 300. So you can see that is the majority of the book. This is him leaving, and then 11th was the first one with Captain Lieutenant Topp. You can see there's maps with everything. The text is in German, but you can kind of work out what's going on anyway. And the ones later on with Pop in command, they weren't sort of North Atlantic, where things were starting to get decidedly risky to be in a U-boat. When it goes through details as well of what happened, it's not as much detail as the first 10. and a lot of the first ones they had war photographers on board as well. So there's plenty of photographs, many of which you'll never have seen before. This is it connecting up with one of the U-tankers off the coast of Africa. You can tell it's warm. Everybody's got shorts on and no shirts. Then coming back again. And there's unique photographs all the way through. This is one of the ships they sunk. And it goes all the way through here. So it's quite amazing, and you get a feel for, in the war cruises by Topp, you get a feel for why he was successful and why some other people were sunk on their first cruises. It reminded me of, remember there's old pilots and bold pilots, but there's no old bold pilots, and that's a lot of what it came down to. The 1942-43, the Allied escorts were quite effective, and if you took any risks, there was a good chance you were going to pay for them. And Topp, you can get the feel that he only takes the necessary risks, whereas some other people took more risks and paid for it. And then U-552 became a training boat. I think this is it in the end of its last war cruise, basically going to the Baltic to be, and this is now the very end. This is where it was scuttled at the end of the war. Erich Topp's life afterwards, and a list of all the ships sunk by U-552. So all in all, if U-boats are your thing, it'll be a very interesting book for you. Like I said, there's lots of good details, lots of photographs, which I can guarantee you will have seen very few of them before, and lots of good descriptions, and you get a really good feel for what it was like to be on a U-boat in the North Atlantic prior to about 1943. There's more detail in here. Like I said, Erich Topp wrote a book after the war, so they've incorporated a lot of details from that into this, as well as official military records. So the best place to get this is from Luftfahrtverlagschaft's website, and I'll put a link underneath the video.